Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome back to PG-13 Movie Month. Tonight, we're going back to the 80s. Yeah, we're going way back before half of you guys in the Nerd Pack were born. Well, let's face it, none of you were born when this movie came out. So I think I was born. It was in 1985, the year I was born. So this is a action slash comedy slash like a dramatic coming of age teen movie from 1985, and I know this is one of Josh's favorite underrated gems of the 80s. The Last Dragon, the last of his kind, the best of the best, starring Timac. Timac. He's a pretty much an unknown actor. He kind of looks like an actor. I don't know who he looks like kind of like if Michael Jackson could fight. And yeah, because that's kind of what Michael Jackson looked like when he was black. And Vanity, so may she rest in peace. She was a Canadian singer, and I like seeing her in the movie. She's very attractive, and she's a nice love interest for Timax. So they have good chemistry in the movie. So basically, think of the Karate Kid, but with a black man and a little bit of like Enter the Dragon, but not as violent because it's PG-13 and 80s fun, action cheese in a way. Now I bought this movie like 2 years ago at Toys R Us. I mean not Toys R Us, at Best Buy, like the day after Christmas on Boxing Day. That's Canada's version of Black Friday, and got it at the bargain bin. So this is the original release that came out. I know there was a special edition with a different cover, but I'm fine with this version. Basically, here's the synopsis. Martial arts student Leroy Green Timac, it's really good in the movie. I like him. Is on a quest to obtain the elusive all-powerful force. All-powerful force. Yeah, just a little nod there. Don't worry, Parker. This is not a slam. It says it right here in the back, so that's not a slam. Known as the Glow. Yeah, aka the Force, but for the Chinese way of the Force. Along the way, he must battle the evil self-proclaimed Shogun of Harlem. Yeah, this guy is so over the top. He's one of the coolest villains ever. He has such stage presence. He has this like very intimidating face. He's like Arsenio Hall if he had like an afro and was a badass because he was in the 80s. You have he was a kung fu warrior known as Shonuff. Julius J. Carey III. Yeah, also rest in peace. He passed away. So this movie has some actors that have passed away, except for Timac, he's still around, and a couple of other people. And rescue a beautiful singer, Prince Protege. Yeah, also rest in peace, Prince. Vanity from an obsessed record promoter. Yeah, the music in this movie is freaking awesome. That's something that Josh can vouch for me. I love the soundtrack in this movie. I am the last dragon. When they play that at the end, it's badass. It's empowerment. This was a black empowered movie before Black Panther and before Blade. This one, because this came out in '85, and then Blade was '98, and then of course BP was this year. So if you say that Black Panther was the first, no, this movie did it way before. Because it's a black lead, basically trained in the martial arts. He kicks a lot of ass in the movie. I like the way he dresses. He I think he teaches a class with a bunch of youngsters, and he also hangs out around the area where these three Asians they act all ghetto and they listen to rap music, and they're like the Three Stooges, but they crack me up because this is the year that freaking Black Panther and Crazy Rich Asians came out. So yeah, two of the biggest movies this year. Even though that movie is not going to make as a billion, as black people and Asians, minorities are making a freaking comeback and they're doing well. And in this movie, it's got a cult following. It wasn't really the biggest box office draw in 1985 because it was a big year. You had Back to the Future, so. And it says here, combining pulsating music, absolutely. I love the music here. Cutting edge dancing and the best in nonstop action, yeah. Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon is kicking fun, featuring an amazing Motown soundtrack. Yes, hell yeah. Including music by Stevie Wonder, The Temptations, Vanity, and The Barge performing their smash hit Rhythm of the Night. This did it better than Fembusters. You dumbasses at freaking Sony. This did it, and I know this is a Sony Pictures, release of this, a Sony Pictures home video, but TriStar released this movie. This did it better. Rhythm of the Night is one of the coolest songs I've ever heard. It's just it just gets inside your soul, and you just want to dance to it. When it feels like the world is on your shoulders, music, a celebration starting. Yeah, yeah, I love that song. And the barge, he kind of looks like Prince back in the 80s. I just love that song. It's one of the best. When I heard that song, it made the movie for me. I'm like, this movie's freaking awesome. People are dancing in the club and they put that music. It's basically a promotion for the song, the Barges song. It's publicity, but it's awesome publicity. And the thing is, the film it's wholesome for its time. It is a PG-13, so this is not a kids movie. This isn't like the Karate Kid or Three Ninjas or the first Ninja Turtles movie. This does get some has some violent moments where Shogun is just like kicking the shit out of people. They destroy this guy's I think pizza place. I mean they're very destructive, and it's shot and Michael Schultz directed the movie. Yeah, so he did a good job directing it. It's a good looking film. It's not very long. It's 108 minutes. It's an hour and 48. It gets a little bit tedious in the middle because there's some subplot with the younger brother of Timax character that he just kind of wants to follow him, and he has a crush on Vanity, and then he's like, "Oh, you're taking my woman away," and he's jealous, and I'm like, "Yeah, I get it. Brother rivalries are hard. I know. I have one." So, but yeah, the film is a lot of fun. Like if you've never seen this movie, and I know a lot of you in the Nerd Pack have not, besides Josh, maybe Anthony has seen this. It's pretty badass. There's the DVD. I like the film because it knows what it is. It's a product of the 80s. It doesn't hold back. It's not ashamed that it's an 80s movie. They have music videos where this lady is dressed up like Madonna or Cyndi Lauper. I remember that because I lived through that decade. Anybody can talk about this decade. It takes someone that actually was there to say what it was like. And it was badass. I love the 80s. You had the NES, you had the VCRs, you had CDs, you had VHS tapes, and and freaking cable was getting big at that time, and you had the Game Boy in the late '80s, and you had vinyl records, and you had laser discs. There was a lot of stuff in the '80s that kick ass that you cannot recapture. Hollywood, don't ever remake this movie. You did Black Panther, good job. Don't try to remake this movie. You can't do it better. Timac is perfect in this role. It's a movie of its time. You can't recapture that with bad CGI and with freaking actors that can't act. If Kevin Hart did this movie, it would be a shitty comedy. And this movie has comedic uh, flair to it, but it's of its time. You can't make a joke from 20, like whatever, 20, and put it in the 1985. It's just not going to work. It's a product of its time. And basically, yeah, the guy, the promoter's an asshole. I'm like, the music business is rough. And then Shogun and Timac have a huge, awesome, epic battle at the end where he learns the glow and he's glowing and it's freaking awesome. And it's fantasy, it's not real. If you're looking for realism, this is not Kickboxer or Bloodsport. This is just a fun '80s action, martial arts fantasy film, and it works. Like it's got pretty colors in it, in the music video style. When the people are dancing, they look happy. It's not a freaking depressing ass movie where that it doesn't drag for 2 hours. It's very fast paced. It's fun to watch, and it's one of those '80s films that I really wish that I could have seen when I was a kid. I would have loved this movie. I still do. I still, as an adult, this movie's awesome, and you can find it in any Best Buy or Target or even online because it's a lot of fun. It's worth your time, and it's it's flawed, like I said before. The some of the it drags a little bit in the middle with some of the subplots that are not needed, that just did or fill time, but other than that, it's really good, and it never had a shitty sequel, which is good because Karate Kid had two of them and a bad remake. And yeah, and it's a standalone movie from the '80s. It's pretty awesome. It got a cult following. It deserves it. It has a nice IMDb rating. I think it's like a 6 on IMDb. It's pretty fun, and it works. It is a black empowerment movie because your lead is black. He kicks ass and he sticks it to the white man right there. That guy, yeah, he sticks it right to him. He gets arrested, and I'm like, yeah, you deserve it because you don't mess. Don't mess with people from Harlem, man. They will kick your ass. Trust me. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's a fun movie, and it's been overlooked because some people have forgotten this movie even exists. I didn't see it until like 2 years, like about I think last year I saw this movie. Yeah, in 20, I think I saw it either at the end of 2016 or the beginning of 2017, but it's been a while. But this is a fun movie, and if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's a recommendation for me of a hidden gem from 1985. And I lived through the 80s, so I know what it was like. I was a little kid, but I still was there. And yeah, there were some good movies. And rest in peace to all the actors in this movie that are no longer with us, slash singers, because they will be missed. And this had talent behind it, not greedy ass executives from Disney or anybody else. So we have that. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm glad I finally got to review that movie because it's PG-13, and I can't review it for Caucasian Movie Month, obviously. So it's a good movie. It's a movie of its time, and it's a fun movie to watch today. So don't remake it, Hollywood. I'm warning you. You've already remade enough. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.